We are live on YouTube and we are going to get started in a minute or so. Looks like we're live on Facebook. Just waiting for LinkedIn. Looks like we're live on LinkedIn as well. We'll give everyone a minute to come join our LinkedIn Live today. Hope everyone is having a great week. We have a very, very interesting topic that I will be discussing today. So we're going to go through 9 outreach strategies that will engage your audience and land you more sales. So while we're waiting, let me know where you are listening in from. Put that in the comments section. I like to make these very interactive. So we'll get started in a minute while you guys start coming in. Hi, Michael. Perfect. Just some housekeeping stuff. We did launch our new playbook. If you did not receive that playbook, we launched our playbook about 2 weeks ago. It's a cold outreach playbook. It's got great content in it. So let me know in the comments. If you have not received it, just say please send or just send, and we will definitely send it out to you. But I do hope everyone is having a great week. We're almost getting to the end of February here. Time has flown by, and I am currently in Toronto, Canada, looking outside at a lot of snow and -7 degrees. So it's cold, but happy to be here with you guys today. Also, in about 45 minutes, I will be part of the SaaS Summit. So if you want the link to that, it's a summit we have. We have some free tickets. There's going to be 4 great speakers talking about sales automation and how to fill your funnel. So let me know if you want a ticket. I can send you that. Or if you just want the recording, please let me know. Okay, so today we're going to talk about 9 outreach strategies that will seriously engage your audience and land you more sales. So first off, reaching out to your prospects, potential business partners, influencers, or pretty much anybody you want to establish some kind of connection with can be tricky. It's not easy. It's hard to make yourself heard through all that noise. Similarly, it's expected because nowadays people are just receiving so many emails. And it's funny. I read a statistic the other day that said that the average person is receiving about 125 emails per day. Now, I think I'm receiving about 250, but probably a lot of you listening today are receiving a lot more than 125 as well. So people are receiving a lot of emails. You have to be different. So what I want to do is I want to go through 9 different ways today on how you can be different and get your email in that inbox, get that person to answer the call. So the first one we're going to talk about is, to take your cue from your target audience regarding the channel of communication. What do they want to hear you from? They want to hear you on the phone. They want to reach out to you on LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, email, etc. We'll then talk about handwritten notes. I know people used to love handwritten notes, and it's changed now, but it still could be effective after you a demo. We'll talk about the power of social media. We'll get into how to automate your outreach. Subject lines that convert. As I tell people, you can have the best email in the world, but if you have a terrible subject line, they're not going to even open your email. So it doesn't matter what you write in your email. Your subject line is the most important thing in that email. We'll slice and dice your target audience, humanize your message with emojis, how to ask customers for referrals, and we'll talk about how you can be persistent but not annoying. And I had somebody actually reach out to me on LinkedIn yesterday and say that they heard me on a podcast, and I was talking about that, and it's the truth. If you're not persistent, your competitors are. If you're not close to being annoying, you're not going to get the results you want. So you have to have that. You have to find that difference in there between the two. So grab your coffee, water, whatever you want. We usually make these about 10 to 15 minutes. We're going to go through it all today. So just let me know, and also let me know if you agree, disagree with anything I'm mentioning throughout the live session today. Number 1, take your cue from your target audience regarding the channel of communication. Where do they want to hear from you? Do they like to hear from you on the phone? I even have my friends that sometimes hate when I call them. They rather talk on text. So do they want to be text? Do they want to be called? Do they want to be emailed? Do they want to be DM'd on Facebook or LinkedIn or Instagram? Find out that target and that channel of communication they want. If you don't know where to start with that channel, try and create a buyer's persona. Okay? find that buyer's persona and also find out how you can use that buyer's persona to find out what is the channel of communication. You know, like if you go industry-wide, I know a lot of people, for example, like insurance agent, real estate agents, they love to be on the phone. Whereas me, I love to be on email. So, you know, the IT, tech world, the SaaS world kind of want email. Then you have insurance people and other industries that really love the phone. And there's some people that just say, message me on LinkedIn. Keep it on LinkedIn. And that's not a bad way because, to be honest, many people, so here how I look at it. You might be receiving 150 emails a day, but people might be receiving 5 LinkedIn DMs a day. So would you want to be one of that 150 or one of that 5? So make sure you take those mediums and you use them. Number 2, the magic of a handwritten note. Now, this is something I've tried and I've done a few times. It's an interesting tactic. It used to be very successful. You can also sometimes just try, and if you have a whale of a client, like, for example, I'm in Toronto and we work with Rogers and VMware and DHL and some of these bigger clients here. And what I did for one of them, I'm not going to name which one, is I actually did a demo of our product. And they were very interested. But I followed up with a handwritten note thanking them for coming to the demo, spending an hour with me, and if they have any questions, reach out to me. I'd love to meet them for a coffee, drink, etc. So that handwritten note, don't always say, handwritten notes are, a story of the past. You can still try them. And I always, tell our sales team, think outside the box. If you want to get a client, think about how everyone else is going after that client and do something different. If you can differentiate yourself, you have a better chance of landing that whale client or client of any size. So it's very simple. You write a handwritten note, it's free. You put a quick little 50-cent stamp and a $1 stamp on it, you send it, and there it is. Very easy. Try it out, something to look into. Number 3, the power of social media. Okay, so the power of social media. If you are only using one channel, if you are only using sales automation, if you are only using a CRM, if you are only using the phone, if you're only emailing, if you're only, whatever you're doing, you need to put social media as a channel, okay? I tell people all the time, you can use AutoClose for your sales engagement tool and follow up and send emails and look at the database, etc. But you still need to go in and build your social. You still need to go on LinkedIn and add them as a connection. You still need to get involved in conversations inside their messaging. You want to continue to be on their newsfeed. The more you can be on their newsfeed, the more you will be notified and noticed. And once you're noticed, then you've hit it. Because then when you start emailing, your prospect's going to reply. So what are some suggestions for your social media? Be consistent. There's all these tools have algorithms. LinkedIn has an algorithm, Instagram, Google, SEO, there's algorithms for everything. You got to be consistent. Don't expect to post one LinkedIn a day and expect to be relevant on LinkedIn. Keep providing value. Keep being consistent with your prospect. Add them as a connection, and strategically 3 days later, comment on one of their latest posts. Don't just say great post. Get involved in conversation. Start a debate on their post. Get notified. Get recognized. Okay? Interaction. Make sure it's usefulness. You want to be useful. You don't want to be, just posting and liking and doing all this stuff on social and thinking it's going to work. You got to make yourself relevant. You got to make yourself useful. Number 4, automate your outreach. I can't tell you. Your prospect is not going to reply to your first email. Most likely a CEO is not going to even read your first email Monday to Friday. You have to be persistent. You have to have follow-ups. You have to have a sales engagement tool or sales outreach tool in your toolbox. Okay? That's the reason why people love using, for example, AutoClose or any other sales engagement tool, is because you get to automate that outreach, but you also get to eliminate 10 to 15 hours of tedious tasks that salespeople do when they want to be making money. Okay? Remember, 44% of salespeople give up after their first attempt. So if you are one of those 44, you have to change it. You want to be successful in 2020, you need to change it. Okay? And there's many tools out there you can use. There's BuzzStream, there's Octoly, There's sales engagement tools. There's a ton of different tools you can do to help automate as much as you can. I mean, we use in-house tons of tools. We use Buffer for social media. I'm using, right now I'm restreaming this to YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook. So make sure you are automating. Make sure you are using multiple channels to get your message out. Gary Vee is great at this. He uses multiple channels. He'll slice and dice his content and keep sending it out. Catchy subject lines. Almost 70% of recipients report email message to spam only because of the subject line. So how important is that? I mentioned earlier, if you don't have a catchy subject line, your email's not going to get open. So what can you do? You can create a sense of urgency or scarcity. You can simulate curiosity. Offer discounts. Don't mention the name free or discount because it's a spam word in your subject line. Communicate social proof, put some teasers in there, etc. So there's different ways you can use it, but the most important thing is personalize your subject line. Not only is that the most important thing, what I would say to you is keep it between 3 to 5 words. And the reason why is your prospect is only going to see 3 to 5 words on their mobile device. And most people watch and read emails on their phone. Slice and dice your target market. If you don't know your target market, you shouldn't be sending emails. You shouldn't be on LinkedIn. You shouldn't be cold calling. Know your target audience and know what you're going to hit them with. Know what's going to make them tick. Okay? Slicing and dicing is one of the most important things. And before you do any sales outreach, build your buyer's persona. I know we early on spent the entire weekend. It was a Saturday and Sunday, back-to-back weeks. And it was like 10 hours in a boardroom where we are just dissecting the pains and gains of our prospects. We went through our client list early on and said, okay, who are our client lists? What industry are they targeting? What is their job title? Are they a VP, manager, C-level, etc.? Slice and dice it. Humanize your message with emojis. Emojis work. I have one in my LinkedIn. People always, talk about emojis. Don't overdo it, but you can put them in. They get recognized. They're kind of, depending on the person, it can really be effective. You can put facial expressions, tone of voice, body languages, gestures, etc. 8, ask your customers for referrals. It's funny. I was just in the other room and 2 of my AEs were on calls with referrals. We did actually a referral month in February. So anyone that's a client of AutoClose, if you make a referral this month, we were going to give you $100. Just like that. Because the referral was worth more than $100 to us. So we pictured we give $500 away, we close one deal, and we can make, we'll have an ROI on the project. Ask your customers for referrals. Ask your clients that like you. Have it intercom and drift when they say, oh, loving your support, loving your tool. Okay, great. Can you leave a G2 crowd review, Trust Radius, Capterra, etc. Use your referrals. Use them for testimonials. It only puts trust into your product. Lastly today, be persistent but not annoying. You have to have that thin line, but I almost say you should almost be to the point more of annoying than persistent. If you're not following up, you're not going to be recognized. If, it's for example, if you're a doctor with 300 patients and you're not following up with your doctor, well, you're just one of the 300 patients. But if you're following up every other week to find out your results, guess what? You'll be recognized. You will be the most important patient of those 300. So, people sometimes they used to call me when I was doing sales, they used to call me a pit bull. And it was not being I was a pit bull. I was just persistent. I will take a negative, I will take a rejection, I will take that all, but you have to follow up and you have to be persistent. It's the only way you're going to be successful in sales. So, those are the 9 tips I wanted to give you today. And these are all just different outreach tools that you should be using to be successful. This is how you're going to engage with your audience, land more sales. And I want to hear from you guys because we do these every week. We do these LinkedIn Lives every week, and I want to make sure you guys are getting value. So if you disagree with any of my outreach strategies, let me know. I'd love to hear why you disagree. If there's any I missed, let me know what is more successful to you. Do you like email? Do you like cold calling? What gets you that prospect? What automation tools are you using? Calendly, do you love it? What do you like about it? What CRM you're using? Comment down below. I'm going to, after this LinkedIn Live, I'm going to go right into the comments. I'm going to start replying to all of your messages right away, real time. But I'd love to have a discussion with you. And if anyone has any questions about anything about sales, anything about prospecting, anything that works, doesn't work, what you're testing, you want me to look at something for you, send me an email, very easy. Shawn at autoclose.com. SHAWN at autoclose with a K.com. I'd be more than happy to help you. But I hope you guys have a great Thursday. And I will be back next week with some more content. Also, as I mentioned, we did release our sales outreach playbook last week. If you have not received it, put send in the comments section. I will send you and DM you the link immediately. And hope these strategies were of value. And let me know if you have any questions. Thanks again, guys. See you guys next week.